you're just tuning in, our podcast does not match that sad music that goes before our podcast. B is changing things up. We had a little copyright infringement going on, but now we have this sad music, and it makes me feel like we're going to talk about something very serious, and I don't think we are.
Don't we usually?
Talk about serious stuff? No.
Oh.
No. Anyway, this is Laura Kane After Dark. Hello. Thank you for joining us. We're live on YouTube right now. And this is my co-host, Erik Rimmer.
Hi.
Looking super handsome. Coming right from work.
Thank you. You look quite fetching yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We should just kick things right off with our awesome sponsors.
Yes.
Because one of them is coming in tonight.
She is. I can't wait.
No.
Are you looking for a new hairdresser? Well, good. Barry's Hair joins the podcast. She's been doing my hair for years. Barry is an artist who specializes in short cuts, amazing color, updos, braids, weddings, and she makes house calls for those special occasions. Find Barry's Hair on Facebook and Instagram. Mention the podcast. You'll get 15% off your services. New sponsor on the podcast is Sweetums Wipes, the intimate wipes with flavor. Cinnabon, pina colada, and mango, just to name a few. Perfect for a daily refresh or for spicing things up. Dr. Alisa invented these, and they are pH balanced and non-sticky. Get Sweetums Wipes on Amazon or at sweetumswipes.com.
So we have Dr. Brady coming in. She's the one that developed Sweetums Wipes. She's the inventor, and we're going to talk about intimacy and dating and stuff like that. We have a lot of questions for her already. If you have a question about intimacy for the doctor, just let it fly. We will see it up here. We have our little handy dandy iPad now so we can see all of your chats, including Matt Bulkow. Is that how I say it? He says, hi, Erik and Laura.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. What's going on? So now we can see your comments. And, okay, so I have some exciting host chat. Now, I know that we don't talk anymore.
I know.
We don't talk anymore.
I feel like we're kind of separated.
I know.
I talked to you the other day and you were like, I have such exciting news to tell you. And I was like, what was it? And you said, I can't tell you.
Do you want me to stop doing that?
No, it's kinda...
do you like being surprised with stuff, or would you rather know about it ahead of time?
No,
do you think you can fake, like...
You can surprise me, unless it's something really good that I need to know
I do feel like we're going through a separation.
I do.
I don't like it. We had a great conversation last night on the phone.
We did.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, so... Oh, my God. Oh, and I think he's watching right now. And
no.
I don't look cute right now. I feel like I don't look cute right now.
Is this Alfie? Does this have something to do with Alfie?
Yes.
Oh, well, you said he's watching right now, so
yes.
I made the deduction. Hi, Alfie.
So Sammy's executive chef, Alfie, who we all met on Thursday.
Yes.
And I awkwardly asked him some very horrible questions.
Emphasis on...
Very cringy interview it was.
I just stopped sweating.
I know. You were so mad at me for doing that.
Oh, my gosh.
You were so sweaty. You had a towel up your back.
I did.
Anyway, so we took a picture together. I posted it already on Instagram, and I said, hey, guys, what do you think? Aren't we a cute couple? And like 88 comments later, people are like, already have us married. But I put it up there just to get,
Can I give you away?
Yes. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, my mom will be there, and then you can fill in for my dad.
Yeah, I'll walk you down the aisle.
Oh, my God. We're already
Sweet pea.
married. Oh, my God. This guy's going to run
My God,
so
we should go and do it.
Fast.
We should go and do it like a cake tasting somewhere.
Oh, my God. I've never worn a wedding dress.
Sammy's can cater all the food.
Perfect.
Oh, my God.
Where will we have it?
Well, I'll find a venue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Alfie, you won't have to do anything but show up.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't even have to cook.
No.
Because I probably won't eat anyway.
I'll take him and fit him for his tux.
Oh, my God. I bet he looks amazing in a tux.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you agree, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So, anyway, we exchanged numbers because I needed to send him the photos. And then I sent him a text, and I said, hey, you were a great sport. Thank you so much for being on our show. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry if I was a little odd. And he was like, no, that was really fun. I really liked it. And, hey, when are we going to hang out? Oh my God. I'm like, I don't know when. I mean, you tell me. You're the guy that's so busy. You work nights, you work days. I'm not sure, And so, long story short, and many, many text messages later, even this morning on into the evening.
Oh, I see.
We are going out to dinner on Wednesday night.
Where are you going?
Someplace in North Park, an Italian place in North Park. I think it's new to him. So it's obviously new to me.
This is so exciting.
And he's picking me up like a real date.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
You should wear your makeup just like you have it right now.
Really? Because I don't think I look cute right now.
Oh, I think you look adorable.
Really?
Yeah.
So go with the blue, little bit of some blues to make my eyes pop?
Yeah.
What should I wear?
I'm having animal prints.
Oh my
God, help me.
I won't wear it. I won't. I'm thinking about wearing like a blazer with kind of this bodysuit underneath with leather shorts. And
no.
Oh, Erik, they're cute. They're pleather. They're not real. But
I'm going to need to look at the outfit.
And then fishnet stockings with white boots.
No.
It's a little much. It's a little much. But I saw it in a magazine. It was so cute.
Oh, my God.
Oh, let
me pick it out for you.
Please do, because that will save me so much trouble and worry and stress.
Yes.
He can just throw on anything, a T-shirt, and he's going to look great.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to, really dig through my closet. I mean, do I go overboard? Do I go sexy? Do I go, very shy?
You just go cute. It's a first date. Go cute.
Go cute.
Yeah. Sexy, but cute.
I wonder if he's a good kisser.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Oh my God! Because a friend who we both know, I don't think she wants to be outed. She says if the dates I go on, if they're not a good kisser, they're done. They're done. And I was like, you can teach somebody to kiss though. You can kind of teach them how to kiss your way. Don't you? You disagree? She disagreed with me.
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah. B, do you disagree with me? You can teach somebody to kiss, I think.
No.
I don't know. No, I don't. I think if you don't got it, you don't got it.
You don't got it.
Oh my, okay, but with Chef Alfie, I said, I've been so bold with him. I'm not usually this bold. And I said, we were talking about something, and I said, we were talking about Dr. Brady, how she's going to be in tonight to talk about intimacy.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
And he was giving me some questions maybe I could ask her. And then I said, well, speaking of sparks, I definitely felt sparks on Thursday night.
You said that to him?
Yes.
What?
Why not?
I mean, you got to go for it.
And then he said, me too.
Well, that's good.
That's why I'm being so bold, because what if he said, oh, that's nice.
Hey,
if he was like, oh, God, well.
They say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right. But my mom says, Laura, be the one that he chases. Don't chase after him.
Right.
I mean, there's something to that, too.
I agree with Mary.
I agree with that.
I mean, I have no game. I have none. So I will probably what I really like
didn't
about
he make the first move because he asked you out on a date, right?
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes, he did. He made the first move because he technically said, I want to hang out.
Right.
And yes, he's the one planning the date. So this is exciting. And I'll let you know what happens next week. If there's a big at the end.
I'm not waiting till next week.
Oh man.
I need the phone call. No, I need the phone call. I'll fake that one. I need the phone call immediately when you walk through the door.
So I'm going to describe everything to you, of course, because I tell you everything.
Yeah.
I can redo it on next Monday and describe everything if there's something to describe.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a lot here.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, are you excited for me?
I really am excited.
I am too.
I think he's a very nice guy.
You know what? I said to him, I go, you know what? This hasn't happened to me in a long time. Like feeling like sparks and butterflies.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened to me in a while.
And
so.
I hope the date goes great. Okay. I gave Elvis a piece of a peanut butter cookie.
Don't give him anything else, because guess what?
He's going to crap in your house.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. He just ate carne asada meat.
Oh, well, that's going to be
That's what I gave him for dinner. Oh, no. He's going to... Oh, this is bad. Don't give him another piece of that cookie. Don't.
It's a
Please,
peanut butter
leave him. Just ignore him. Ignore
He's
him.
so cute. I can't.
Ignore him.
I can't. I have no willpower against him.
You can. All right, so there's my host chat. What about your host chat, Erik?
Well, I have a good one.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. Okay.
I went on Saturday night.
Okay.
Friday night, sorry, to see a play at the Old Globe.
Wow, you're doing all these cultured things.
I really am. I'm very cultured.
Do you enjoy it? Or,
I do.
Or is it something that...
No, I actually love it.
You do? Mm-hmm. And what did you see?
Fosse.
Oh, you mean like Fosse?
Yeah.
Fosse.
Jazz hands.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it a lot of jazz? Was it a lot of dancing? And
It was all dancing. There was
Okay.
hardly any dialogue, and it was fantastic. I thought of Evan.
Oh, really? Was there a lot of
Because-
singing?
Yes. And it was absolutely fantastic.
Is it in town for a couple weeks?
I think it's
or-
in town through mid-May.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I can look right here.
Oh, there's the playbill.
Yeah, I believe
Or the
it's
Old
mid-May.
Globe magazine.
Yes, Bob Fosse's dancing.
Oh, it's called Dancin'.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's probably
Fantastic.
really, really good.
Rumors are that it's going to Broadway. So,
Oh, wow. Oh, then Evan needs to see this.
Yeah,
She
it
loves
was
all
very,
Broadway
very good.
plays. And you know what? Maybe that could be Alfie and I's next date.
Yeah,
Maybe we can do like cultured things like that
you should.
before
It's
we get
fun.
married.
It's fun.
I'm joking. He knows I'm joking, which is what I like about him because he doesn't take himself too seriously and he doesn't take me seriously, which is great. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. So,
Dun, dun,
anyway,
da, da,
stop.
dun,
Well, we're going to find out soon.
Oh, yeah, we will.
On the next episode. Of
We'll see
Lord
how
King
fast he
After Dark.
runs. Exactly.
don't
If
think
he
so.
if he shows up to the date in track shoes, then there's a problem.
But yeah, I've never worn a wedding dress, by the way. We kind of glossed over that whole thing. I've been married, but never in a dress.
So you got married like a civil union or
Not
something?
even that.
The courthouse?
There was a wedding chapel in Hillcrest back in the day. And
I remember that wedding
yes, it
chapel.
was Amour à la Fontaine, like
you could
love
just-
by the fountain.
And you can just walk in and get married.
Yep, we had to get the license beforehand, but we waited. We waited for the first day that it poured down rain, and there was like a 3-month drought. It was so funny. We're like, we almost ran out of our license time. Wow! And then it rained one day, and I'm like, okay, let's go. So we went, got married by a woman who didn't speak any English.
Great. So maybe you weren't really married.
I often question that. I often question.
Did it count?
that. Exactly, but yeah, it counted. It counted on the back end. Divorce-wise, oh yeah, it all counted.
And if you guys are watching right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button and share
Subscribe.
the page.
Yeah.
Definitely share the live video so we can get more
Please
followers
subscribe
and
because
viewers.
if you don't, she takes it out on me.
So, if you subscribe, and how do you share the video? You can
Like,
share
you
it
can just
live,
hit share. Yeah, you can just hit share. Hit share right up underneath the
and where does that share it to?
wherever you want.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like if I hit share,
Yes.
I can hit Facebook. I can
Oh,
hit,
fun.
I can hit Instagram. I can hit Facebook Messenger. Send it in messages. I can copy the link and post
Matt,
it. I want.
that would be great if you did that, Matt. Thank you. And
Thanks, Matt.
Chef Alfie, if you're watching, you could go ahead and do that too. That would be great.
Awesome.
He already subscribed. He told me.
Who?
Yeah.
Matt?
Alfie,
Oh, yeah, he did.
he's from Hungary.
And make sure you hit the notification bell so that when Lord Kane does go live with Erik, you get notified first.
Oh, hey.
Right.
All these things I didn't know about you two. I'm learning fast.
I know. We're virgins.
We are. We're so bad. We said, turn this thing on. How do you turn it on? How do you make it go live?
I know.
Oh, my God. But anyway,
I think Elvis wants to come home with me.
I don't feel cute right now.
You look adorable.
No, my hair is gross.
Oh, good grief.
I'm seeing Barry, my fabulous Barry, this week. But unfortunately, not before the date.
Oh.
But anyway,
Do you want me to try and fix you before the date?
Oh, I will only let Barry handle that. Top of my head. My
It would
roots.
look like a child went after her with a pair of kitchen
with some,
scissors.
with
Yeah.
some paint.
Well, I did your makeup on air before, and I did a great job.
You've done my makeup many times on here.
And you've looked amazing.
Hideous. Heinous. You're not good at it.
No, I'm not.
Not at all.
No, not at all. That's why it's not my profession.
Okay, your profession is dishing the dirt. Do you have some
I'm
dirt?
really good at doing that.
You're so good at that.
I do have some dirt.
Okay. Bring
Some
it on.
breaking
Bring
news.
It on. Really?
Breaking news that you don't even know about. That's how exclusive it is.
Wow. Try me.
Okay. In Kardashian news, they won their defamation suit against Black China.
Yes.
Oh, fine. You knew that?
Yes.
Great, fine. Burst my bubble. Whatever.
I did see that.
Okay, whatever. Maybe you should just stop looking at Hollywood news.
I probably should, because then that would make the segment better.
It really.
Then I'd be surprised though.
Then you would really be surprised.
The only reason I saw that is because I was going through Facebook and somebody had just posted it, like all the pictures of all the Kardashians and then like Black China's face.
I'm not talking to you anymore because.
Oh, come on. Let's stop doing that. I've decided we're going to stop doing that.
Are we?
Yeah, because I feel disconnected to you.
I know. I don't want
I don't
that.
like it.
I feel like we're
I don't like
divorced.
it. I know.
Selling Sunset. Do you watch that show?
No, why should I? Tell me why I should.
Why not?
Because it's just another bunch of rich people who are living this fantastic life with all the money in the world, and I don't care.
Oh my!
Why do I care?
God.
Why do I care? Why do I need to watch it?
It is so good
Why?
because it's just
Like
great.
who's good? What's happening?
Well, okay. There's a lot going on in season 5.
There's already 5 seasons of this thing.
And I have watched every single one.
Are they the same characters?
Yeah. And you can just put your brain on
That's what I like. I like those kind
Vibrate.
of TV shows.
and watch it and not have to really think very much, which is perfect for me since I only use 4% of my brain.
It's perfect for me too. I love those kind of shows. 90 Day Fiance all day long.
So Christina's the villain
Okay.
and she's awful.
Okay.
So I don't want to spoil it if people watch it and haven't seen season 5 yet. Or anyway,
It's all up there, right? It's
it's
all on
all
Netflix.
up there. Yeah. So she does something really shady. News just came out that she is out after 5 seasons.
Oh, so it's real.
Do you know they're all real estate agents?
No, that surprises me.
Me too. I thought it was just fakey. They are actual real estate agents.
Were you telling me that the housewives, when they go to like have a picnic?
Oh,
did
yes,
you tell
I
me
was.
That? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so we have a guest coming on in the next couple weeks. I saw her in concert on Saturday. You guys are going to freak out. She is awesome. I'm not going to tell you her name yet. We're working out the time that she's going to come on the show.
Okay.
David Foster produces her albums.
Oh, wow. That's big.
All I'm going to say.
Well, no, what about the housewife stuff?
Well, he was married to Yolanda Foster from
Right.
Housewives of
And
Beverly Hills.
Oh, so
And she was on the show.
What did she say?
I'll tell you.
Well, tell us now.
No, I'll tell you
When she comes on?
Yeah, she'll tell you.
Okay. Dr. Elisa's here.
Amazing.
But we'll get to that in a second.
So, Amber Heard, have you been watching this
No.
Johnny Depp Amber
You know
Heard thing?
what? I've been trying to go back on YouTube and watch segments of it. I don't know where to get it. Where do I get it?
On YouTube.
So I can only
Just
watch it on YouTube.
That's where I've been watching it.
Oh, okay.
And it is a train wreck.
Does he look bad and she look bad? Do they both look bad?
They both look bad, but I am siding with Johnny Depp.
I think most people are siding with Johnny Depp.
I think she is
She seems like a terrible person.
She does. And he had a therapist that wiped the floor with her attorney the other day.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Is that worth Googling?
Oh.
Or searching?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Like,
was
I don't
pretty
even know
delicious.
what day it is or who's on the stand. Like,
I don't
she on
either.
the
You just
stand?
kind of have to watch, and some of it's super boring.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of go through it. But
That's why YouTube is good, because they take the chunks that are exciting.
yeah. So after his last testimony, she fired her whole PR team. Amber Heard did.
Oh, God. She still has a PR team? Is she like a working actress right now?
She's one of those people, I think, that after this, she'll never work again.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Who wants to see that face? That face.
Oh,
The way
after
she
the
looks in-
stuff
in
came
court,
out about
she's like,
her, yeah, I don't know. I didn't have an opinion of her either way before all this happened, but he obviously has some demons that he needs to deal with.
Yes.
And,
or maybe he has dealt with them. Who
or
knows?
Maybe, yeah.
Allegedly.
But man, I am telling you, I would never want to be that famous and be cross-examined on a stand.
Oh my God, every little thing.
They brought out
everything.
On one of his recent, I don't recall how long the case has been going on now, a couple weeks. They had him on the stand, and her attorney says, so when you were on this plane with, I think it was Paul Bettany is the name.
Oh,
don't
I know that
quote
guy.
me,
I know who
allegedly.
that is.
I'm not, I think that was the name that she used. Did you two do cocaine and pills and drink and all this? And I'm thinking, man, if I were that other actor that was just named, I'd be horrified, because I bet there were people that didn't know that was out there.
Can he do something in turn, like say, hey, you outed me in your trial, now I'm going to take you to trial?
I don't know. I have no
sucks.
idea, but man, they were just raking people over the coals. And then she was taking videos that, are now up for debate because he wasn't aware that she was filming him.
Oh God.
It's a mess.
I'd never want to be on.
Thank God there aren't any children out of that union that have to
Yes.
suffer because of that, because that was just a nightmare. Bravo's Andy Cohen had a daughter.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Lucy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I know
Does he have a partner?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I know he's into gingers.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Are you into Andy Cohen's?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
Naomi Judd died over the weekend.
You know what?
At 76.
Interesting about this is that she died from mental illness.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So she's been on a number of talk shows, and I think it runs in the family. I think Winona and Ashley both are bipolar. Allegedly,
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure what they suffer from, but I think it kind of has, clouded that family.
Okay.
And they're not saying what she died of, but I heard from somebody yesterday that said it could have been an overdose, because I guess she was recently on a show and said she will go to her bedroom and just stay there for days and days and days. And
Like an overdose, maybe?
yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
But
we don't know.
And
Allegedly,
allegedly, I don't know.
overdose.
Nothing's been
That's
brought
too
to light
bad.
yet. And,
Wasn't she inducted into some...
the day before the Country Music Hall of Fame, she passed away. And she was 76 years old, so young and very, very sad. Remember Dan Aykroyd from Ghostbusters?
Of course.
He's separated from his wife, Donna Dixon,
No.
who was on Bosom Buddies after
no.
39 years of marriage.
Why bother?
I know.
Just stay together.
Yeah.
Just live in separate bedrooms.
I know. It was very sad because
no.
they kind of hung
They were
in
like
there.
the test, they were,
Yeah.
everybody looked up to them.
I know. And they were beautiful. She's still gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
know?
He's not so much, but he's kind of a odd looking man.
Yeah. Katie Holmes has a new boyfriend.
Okay. And I care because,
Bobby Wooten III. He's a Grammy nominated musician.
you know who's in town this week?
Who?
Tom Cruise. They have today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. There's this huge goings on the Midway for the new
the Top Gun.
And apparently, Jesse Lozano, who we've had on the show,
Yes.
he got one of the spots on the red carpet. They're doing the red carpet thing on the Midway, and he's allowed to ask 3 questions, and that's it.
That's super cool.
Isn't that so cool? We need to have him on just on the phone or something, just to ask him how it went.
Here would be my 3 questions
And
for Tom
he's
Cruise.
thinking about going in a flight suit too.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be really good.
I'm gonna text Jesse my 3 questions. Maybe he'll ask one.
Oh,
my
God.
first question to Tom
Don't be
Cruise would be like,
disrespectful.
when are you going to come out?
Oh God, here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
I mean,
there goes our chances of getting him on the podcast. He could have literally been on this podcast. Who knows how much publicity they want?
Tom
Maybe they
Cruise?
want tons.
Tom Cruise.
Maybe they want enough to be on a podcast. Yes.
That would be one of my questions. Like, when are you going to be on the Lord King podcast?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
that would be question number 2. Well, after question number 1, he probably wouldn't answer question
Yeah,
number 2.
for sure. He's not
No.
answering question number 2.
Heck no. He seems like if you are respectful to him, he'd be hella respectful to you back. He seems like.
No, I changed my first question.
Uh-oh.
I would like to ask him if he'd like to be on our podcast and he can jump on your couch all he wants. like he did on
Don't
Oprah's
mention
couch.
that.
Remember? Why?
You're too dangerous to have him in here.
Why?
Because you'd say something that he'd go storming out the door. And
Probably.
Interview over.
Probably. Well, he's one of those crazy Scientologists, so they kill people.
Okay, so
I think.
there you go.
I'm
Boom,
sure.
boom,
I'm
and
sure.
boom.
I'm sure his PR team will make you turn in all your questions.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They ain't gonna let you get away with it.
No,
They're like, have you seen Erik? Like,
I know.
No.
Too scary.
Probably
I
not. I'll
actually
probably
thought
get jumped and.
about asking like his PR team, which I never found out like who the contact is, but why not see if he wants to call in a podcast or be
Sure,
sitting
why
in my
not?
kitchen? Can you imagine Tom Cruise sitting in my kitchen? That would be amazing.
that'd be pretty cool.
But who knows? He might really. I heard the movie's really, really good.
But
by
you
the
know
way.
what? They don't associate with people that aren't Scientologists. So Jesse has like literally 1 week to get all those books, read up on all of them.
Stop it. He knows that the press is not going to be a Scientologist. I have to stick up constantly for Tom Cruise. Stop it.
You really do.
All right.
You're his Katie Holmes.
No, I'm not. But I would love to see a
You're
picture of his
way
daughter.
too tall for him.
How tall? He's about 5.
4.
No.
Oh, he's tiny.
No.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of those guys in Hollywood are like nobody's over 6 foot tall.
You're right.
Except Vince Vaughn.
They're like a whole different
He's
specimen.
a skyscraper.
Species of people. They're little.
The little people.
The
They control the
little
world.
tiny bodies. Like the women are super skinny and little bones.
They're
and-
called lollipop heads.
Oh yeah,
people running
hollypops. Hollypops because they have big heads
Yeah.
and tiny little bodies.
And do you notice how they all walk down the red carpet? They walk with like their waist and boobs out because it has to support all the bones, because
Oh,
they,
my God.
how they kind of glide down. They're all, ow, ow.
Speaking of that, did
My
you watch
bones.
any of the Met Gala?
Oh, God.
Met Gala.
That thing is such a train wreck.
It's
Does
cool
anybody
to see all
ever
the-
dress nicely anymore?
Did you see Blake Lively?
No.
Oh, she looked fantastic, like a princess.
She's
She's
beautiful.
unbelievable. But Kourtney Kardashian, what
She
the hell
looked
was
like
she
she
wearing?
looked like a pregnant.
She's pregnant.
I don't know what
she
that
has
was
to
that
be.
she was. She looked like a pregnant Oreo cookie.
It looked like it was a suit or a tux that was like deconstructed. So there was like a weird top and a really horrible like thing around her waist. And no, those are the only 2 people I've seen so far.
It was awful.
Yeah. Well, we'll see pictures, I'm sure, this whole week.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now we have our special guest.
I'm
we're
so
gonna
excited.
come and get you. Let's take a little break first.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Laura Kane After Dark, where's the latest in local apparel? Visit shirt619.square.site. Get yours today.
Are you looking for a new hairdresser? Well, good. Barry's here joins the podcast. She's been doing my hair for years. Barry is an artist who specializes in short cuts, amazing color, updos, braids, weddings, and she makes house calls for those special occasions. Find Barry's Hair on Facebook and Instagram. Mention the podcast. You'll get 15% off your services. New sponsor on the podcast is Sweetums Wipes, the intimate wipes with flavor. Cinnabon, pina colada, and mango, just to name a few. Perfect for a daily refresh or for spicing things up. Dr. Alisa invented these, and they are pH balanced and non-sticky. Get Sweetums Wipes on Amazon or at sweetumswipes.com.
Dr. Alisa Brady is in the house. Hello, Dr. Alisa.
Alisa.
Bringing the Sweetums wipes. Thank you so much. I told her we needed to build a pyramid of Sweetums and that you took almost all of my Sweetums, Mr. Rimmer, but they were not mine. They were ours. So you did take half. But therefore, we couldn't build a pyramid. And we need to build a Sweetums pyramid.
Yes. Well, I use them too.
I know
Well,
that.
and I have something special for you. Both of you.
Oh my God.
And
Wait, I'm putting my
ask
favorite
her
ones on the top.
the question that you asked off the air, on the air, because it was a good one.
My question?
Or no, the comment you gave to her.
I went to dinner the other night with a bunch of girlfriends that are wives and moms and everything, and I handed them out like Tic Tacs. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Okay. I brought this for you.
Oh my God, how cute. How cute. Little shorts, little
totally
boxer
know I'm
shorts.
gonna wear them. Thank you.
Those are Sweetums boxers.
Those,
my God, these
are those
awesome.
available?
Yeah.
Or are they just special for him?
No, like we have them in some of like our like spring break packages or like vacation. We put little stuff together. Like
Oh,
that.
that's fun.
And I
nice.
brought for you. Where is
Oh
it?
boy, something I can wear on Wednesday night.
Put this one
Wait.
over here. Hold on. This is like a little cute little
Oh my
t-shirt.
God, it's
That's
cute.
so
I'm gonna put it on right
cute.
now.
Okay, and this is for you.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
I don't know if it's the right
He
size.
never gets anything.
I know. I was
So,
hoping you appreciate it.
Laura, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Who wore it better?
Awesome.
So somebody gave
is
us
so
an
dope.
apron, and we did that. So
Oh, that is fabulous.
I'm gonna wear the boxer shorts, and you're gonna. Well, you already put it on.
Oh my gosh, she looks so cute. Oh, it looks good on you.
It does.
It looks really good.
Oh yeah.
That's how I like it.
Thank you so much.
That's so nice of you to bring me
Dope.
something
Thank you
too.
very much.
Thank you.
Long sleeve
You're
tee.
welcome.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay,
I think I'm gonna go work out and look sexy in this thing, right?
Oh yeah, looking fly, looking sexy. Speaking of sexy, we have Dr. Brady. Dr. Brady. It sounds so official. I love it. Dr. Alisa Brady in to talk about intimacy and sex and dating, and we have a couple questions that we wrote down for her, and then I'm sure those will lead to more questions. And if you have any questions and you're watching on YouTube Live, bring them on, because she's here. She will answer anything you want that has to do with that. So your qualifications are, you are a doctor of
Psychology.
Psychology.
So PhD, clinical psychology.
Do you specialize in this kind of thing?
I worked more like, a primary care physician, right? But for psychology.
Oh, okay.
Mostly with adults, not with kids.
Did you notice that a lot of people have these kind of issues?
Of intimacy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
Oh, yeah.
a biggie, huh?
Yeah, if you're a therapist, you have to be comfortable talking about sex, because that comes up with dating, with marriage, with everything. I mean, it's so important. It comes up all the time. You have to be comfortable talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was married and we'd go like a while without going to bed together, if you know what I mean. And trying to get back on that routine was really hard for me. Like it was, I was embarrassed. I was shy. I didn't know how does somebody who hasn't been in the groove that way with their partner get back in the groove?
Yeah. I mean, I think it depends on the person, but they do have particular techniques that people use. Like, because it's true, when you get out of the habit of being intimate, you sometimes don't crave it as much, at least for women. And then to like get back into it and to feel comfortable, it takes a while. So there's a technique like called sensate focus. It's kind of just a fancy word for basically like massage, but you basically, you kind of set the expectation that there's not going to be any sex, and you focus on just giving physical pleasure through like massage and touching different parts of the body. And then the next, you do that for a period of time. And oftentimes what happens is it does lead to sex. You kind of tell them like, don't have sex and just do this. And then the couples do eventually do it,
That's smart. Like,
there's
do a
no
little
pressure.
massage. Yeah.
There's no pressure. There's no expectation. So, I mean, there's more to it than that, but the basics is like, it's like, just give your partner a massage, and because you need to feel relaxed. It's hard to enjoy intimacy if you're not feeling relaxed and confident.
And but you also have to be vulnerable, and that's a hard place to get to if you are like putting up a wall.
Yes, 100%.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard.
So I was talking earlier about this date that I have coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, hey, I feel a spark. And he's like, I feel a spark. Is there such a thing as a spark? Like, what is a spark?
Yeah. I mean, I think different people experience it differently, but when you are really interested in somebody, you get a rush of dopamine. And dopamine is that neurotransmitter, the same one that you get like from drugs or from anything. Do you know what I mean?
Some
It's like
people get it from shopping,
from
like,
sex, from shopping, from gambling, from
make you feel good.
It's the feel good pleasure chemical. And so you get that and you feel that, and it creates that rush of like excitement. And so, but the spark in and of itself isn't enough to sustain a long-term relationship, but it's typically like that beginning, like 6 months, it's super important.
Yeah.
And then there's more.
Well, how do you sustain a relationship without, like, I was trying to put this into words. Like, if somebody comes into a relationship and they have like these preconceived notions about what is expected and what should, I mean, how do you start off like fresh with this new person without any like old behaviors or any old expectations?
Oh my God.
I mean, is that possible?
It's not easy. I mean, therapy, we go to therapy for stuff like that because it's really hard to not allow old experiences to influence your next
Right?
relationships.
Yeah.
And it's not just relationships. It's like how you grew up, how your parents interacted, like how you saw them behaving in their marriage. Like all of those things influence, and we bring that with us, to the next relationship. But it doesn't mean that you're like, it has to rule the way that you are. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you can work with it.
Yes.
And sometimes you find people who complement you in that way. Like it's almost like the relationship in and of itself becomes healing because you have what we call like a corrective experience.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like maybe you had a relationship before where like the person was unfaithful or they didn't treat you the way you wanted to be treated. And then you find somebody who does treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And that in and of itself, it feels reparative.
Oh, I love that. And you know what? At this age in my life, I feel like I don't have any expectations. I'm just like, I feel like fresh. I feel brand new.
Really?
Like I don't have any old behaviors.
Oh,
I know that's
good.
probably, I think I'm talking it up too much. Like I don't think I'm that amazing, but I feel good. Like I'm
Yeah.
ready for something new.
But like in the past, you would have expectations about things.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
And I learned that like not having expectations, it makes things so much easier.
yeah.
It
They
just
say,
really, it makes life go smoother.
and I struggle with that. Expectations.
God.
I'm totally that person that like, in my head, I build things up like, oh my God, we're getting married. Like this is happening. Like I'm all about this, like, and I would like build up fantasies in my head or like
yeah.
be super excited, but like they say, expectations lead to disappointment, right? So we try not to overdo it with that. It's hard.
Do guys do that too? Do guys like,
That's a good question.
like, for example, we'll just use Chef Alfie as an example.
Yeah.
The guy I had sparks with. And then like I come home, oh my gosh, we're going on a date. Oh my gosh, think about if, I don't even know his last name. Oh, I do know his last name. But like if I write my name and his last name, like, oh my gosh, maybe we're going to get married someday. Like, do women only do that? Or do men like do that thing where they think into the future like
No,
that?
I think men do that.
Thinking like,
Well, not immediately. I mean, at least for me, yes, I have,
do you
had
have
a-
expectations in your...
for certain things, yeah, because there's certain things that I won't put up with. I mean, I'm 55 years old. I've had relationships where I'm like, I will never put up with that again.
True.
Yes,
Those kind of expectations.
Yeah.
Like I expect the person I'm with not to cheat on me.
right.
Like that is not an unruly or an ungodly expectation. That's
Right.
normal.
Well, you would think that, if you're being faithful to somebody, they would be faithful to you too. And I don't know. It's one of those things where you just kind of, each relationship is different, and sometimes things work for one relationship and they don't work for another. But yeah, there's a lot, some people have long distance romances. Some people have,
yeah.
but then
Do you think those work? Do long distance romances work? Is that
I mean, for some people, it's hard though.
Yeah.
It's hard.
for most people? They probably don't.
I
Like,
would.
they're few. They
That's
do.
been my experience. What I've seen.
What can somebody do that is in a long distance
Long
relationship?
distance. I think it just depends on the couple, because some people different people have different needs. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm the type of person where, one of my love languages is touch. Right?
Yes.
And so if that person isn't around, I'm going to, even if it's not like they're not trying to not be around, they can't help it. They work somewhere else or whatever. If I'm not having that like connection and like physical connection, then I'm not going to feel very satisfied.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you physical like that too? Is touch your? What was your love language? I forgot. It was it your mind stimulated, or was it?
Yeah, I like, and I'm very much into touch.
You are too.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you in
yes. Oh, I think that's totally my love language
the
too.
physical touch?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I just haven't had it in a while. You know?
Yeah,
I just
I know.
don't really know what to do anymore.
It'll come back.
I know.
It's like riding a bike. Right?
It will.
Now, I always hear this word, and I'm not quite sure what it means. What is codependency? What's a definition of that?
Yeah. I mean, it's super common.
I know, I hear it all the time.
All the time. And it's to varying degrees, right? Like you can have a little bit, a medium, a lot. But I think codependency basically is like putting other people's needs before your own. And doing some of that is good, right? Like you want to do some of that in a relationship, but if you're doing that all the time, then it's
you lose yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. And being like so consumed with the other person and how they feel and what they want that you neglect like your own needs and wants and desires. And then at some point, sometimes people just get out of touch with the fact that they don't even know what they want anymore. They're so hyper focused on like, what does this other person want? Right. How are they feeling?
Does it make the person who is giving, like resentful?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's their own fault in a way.
Right, exactly. And the people who research marriages, Gottman is one of the biggest researchers, has done a bunch of research about what makes marriages last and stuff like that. And one of the things that is most destructive to a marriage is resentment.
Oh, gosh.
You know?
Yes.
It builds.
Well, and I think that also comes from a lack of communication.
Totally. And I think a lot of people are afraid like to have conflict in a relationship. And to me, I'm like a pretty vocal kind of outspoken type person. And so I'm not like afraid of it. I'm like, let's just hash it out and talk about it, I
agree with you 100%. Yeah. I would prefer to hash something out than to sit on it and let it fester. And then
see, I'm a festerer. I am.
No, I'd rather just get it out on the table, get it over with.
Yeah. That's a smart thing to do. That's a wise thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm one of those people where you can tell from a mile away that I'm upset about something.
Me too. Yeah. I know. I can't really hide
I have
it.
no game
no
face.
Poker
so
face.
No.
Oh, his resting bitch face is bad. Yeah, it is like,
and
it's scary.
I get super quiet. I get very, now that texting is such a part of our lifestyle, I will give like one word answers back. And I'm a horrible texter anyway.
You are. Okay. I only get one word.
Oh yeah. I will own that as long as I live. I'm already a horrible texter. Like people will be like, send something, like Laura will send something very nice and I'll be all, okay. And I'm just like, some people don't like to talk on the phone.
Yeah.
I don't like to text. So everything is
and he
very...
likes to talk on the phone.
Yeah, I like to talk on the phone.
But see, and it's funny though, like I think sometimes guys don't get the clues, from women sometimes in terms of like texting. Like women will be like a thumbs up emoji sometimes means like, I'm not happy, I'm pissed off right now. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Well, and
passive aggressive,
right?
And it's so subjective now. Like you can just say okay, and somebody would be like, "What do you mean by that?" And it's like, "Oh my God, sorry, I didn't mean anything."
They hear it the way they want to hear it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
How do you avoid codependency in a relationship then?
I mean, I think it takes a lot of, if your tendency is to be codependent, you really have to pay attention to what you want and not avoid conflict.
Don't feed the dog.
I can't.
Don't feed the dog.
Oh my!
It's gonna come out in horrible ways.
And then you just got to sweetums right there.
Oh, true.
I'm just joking.
His butt will smell like a cinnamon roll.
Oh my God. All right, continue. I'm sorry, didn't get interrupt.
I think it just, you really have to actively work at it because it becomes like almost like a knee-jerk reaction. If you're somebody who is codependent, it's like you just do it automatically. You just respond that way. You're kind of programmed almost and used to it. But paying attention to what your needs are. And like I said, like not avoiding conflict. Yeah. And like talking things out and like speaking your mind and saying it. You don't have to do it in a rude way, but just saying, expressing your needs,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have this date that I'm going on Wednesday, and I'm just curious to know, because I've kind of been out of the dating world for, I think it's been about a year now, because it was June when I was cheated on. And so it's coming up on a year. So what is too soon to be intimate? And like, should I like wait? Do I wait for months before this, or do I go with the flow? Like, what do I do?
Yeah. I don't know if my opinion is representative of other people's, but I kind of feel like there's no right answer to that. Like, I honestly feel like it could be the first night, the second night, it could be a week, it could be 2 months, it could be whatever is right for you. Right. I think the only thing to keep in mind is that whenever you are intimate, the partner is going to assume that that's when you're intimate with everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I do.
So like, but it's okay. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a deterrent. Just keep that in your mind that, like, let's say you are intimate on the first night and you're like, well, I only did that with you. And they're going to be like, yeah, right. You probably did that all the time. Do you know what I'm talking about, Erik?
You only did that with me because I bought you dinner. So, but I totally agree with you. Even as a guy,
you just assume.
Well, but you kind of don't want to give it all away on the first.
Right.
You know,
we've learned not to, we've been conditioned not to do that.
But I've known so many relationships that have started like that, and they're healthy, great marriages, relationships. So I don't think it's necessarily a kiss of death.
Okay.
I don't think so either.
And I'm all about women owning their sexuality and not and being okay with that. But I think I wouldn't do anything that you don't feel comfortable with. You have to be like, feel comfortable and safe with that person.
Exactly.
So however long it takes you to feel safe and comfortable with that person, that's what
And I think there's conversations that need to be had, especially with, a rise in like STDs and stuff like that. You have that conversation like, hey, are we?
Oh my God. I hate that.
I know it can be a buzzkill, but also
it's such a buzzkill, but dang it.
But it's true. And the guy should also be responsible.
Yes.
Like, it's not just resting all on the women.
No, of course.
But it's a conversation where, like, if a guy's like, hey, let's just do it. And
not being prepared.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's a turnoff.
I think safety is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. How do you deter?
Nobody likes a surprise. So.
Oh my God. No. Heck no. How do you deter like outside influences from coming into your relationship and ruining it?
Like what kind of outside influences?
Like just say, pretend like I have been with a boyfriend for a while and he has a friend, a guy friend, and they go out and all the time, or they go out on Thursdays and Tuesday nights and they have a drink, and he talks about how women are horrible and this woman, this, that, and like it might influence the person I'm with. Like, how do you deter that? Like, is there any way? Do you just have to show?
I don't know if there's much you can do about that, but pay attention to who they hang out with, because that, I mean, it's not necessary.
You don't want to be like, you can't hang out with so-and-so.
Well, no,
I don't like it.
No.
Absolutely not. And another thing is, we're grown adults. So if someone that you're dating is going to take the advice of a buddy they're out having a drink with, and the buddy's like, well, women suck and blah. And the guy's like, oh yeah, I don't want to date you anymore because you're a woman. Who wants that anyway?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you could more like have a conversation. Like, what did you think about it when he was saying, your friend was saying X, Y, and Z, or whatever. And like, then you could kind of just have an open dialogue about it and see how he responds. You know?
And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to talk to your friends about a relationship at all. I mean, that's what friends are there for, among many other things. But, you could have a friend also that had a horrible experience with maybe a partner that cheated on them or a partner that drank too much or whatever the situation is. So their advice might be weighted based on their past experience.
Exactly.
Totally
So
true.
you kind of have to take that into consideration, that they might be totally against something, but they've gone through something very similar, and it, did.
I thought when you were saying outside influences that you meant like in-laws or something. Do you know what I mean?
It could be that too. It could be
because I've seen a lot of those types of situations where
yeah.
it's like the couple is struggling, because there's a mother-in-law or a father-in-law or somebody who's kind of having a negative impact on the relationship.
That's interesting because the 43 now 45-year-old who I dated in 2019 broke up with me because his mother thought I was too old for him. And because I couldn't have his babies or whatever, and he's already 43 years old.
Yeah.
And he stopped it, but then we've become friends since then. And is he with anybody? No.
Right.
So why did he put so much weight on? I mean, it's his mom, but
no,
he's got to live his own life.
Absolutely, absolutely,
and that became unattractive to me.
Oh, totally. And it probably would have continued,
for
on. Like you get married, and then she would still be running the show over there, and
Yeah.
it's,
and you see it a lot too in married couples, whether they're straight, gay, whatever, the husband, I mean, I've had friends that they've gotten married and the husband's like, you are not going to be friends with your male friends. And they're like, okay. Same with guys that get married. Sometimes the wives will be like, you are not going out for dinner or drinks with your male. Who knows if you'll wind up in a strip bar in TJ, you know, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, I can't do it. So, you know, I think every relationship needs, you have your own life, you know, you have your own interests and your own, I think that's healthy.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
agree with that. And said it's like, it's kind of like a compromise because it's like you want them to have their own interests, their own experiences and give them that freedom. And then you also want to set your boundaries. Like, this is my boundary. And like, this is what I'm cool with. This is what I'm not cool with. And it's like almost kind of a negotiation process sometimes or like understanding, like they have to hear that out and then, you know, you talk it through.
Right. Because I don't think in a relationship, anybody, it's a 50-50 partnership. And one person shouldn't be the one making all the concessions and the allowances while the other one can just do whatever they want.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah. I totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry, is this a first date?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just met him on Thursday.
Okay, did you already give story to this? Can you share about it?
Okay.
I want to hear.
He's super handsome.
Okay.
He's a chef. He's the executive chef of Sammy's. He's probably watching right now because he said he was going to watch the live show. And you. He's really interested in what you had to say about relationships.
Oh, okay.
What I'm gathering is that he might have some damage from a previous relationship that has to do with these kind of things, like outside influences and expectations and whatnot. Because we've discussed at length, like what we're going to ask you and different stuff.
Oh, that's really cute.
Anyway, long story short, we're going on a date on Wednesday. We met.
So nice. I actually was sitting betwixt them.
Yes, he was on with us.
So wait, you and him together decided on the questions? The guy you're going on the date with decided the questions for tonight?
Yes.
That's really cute.
It's so, I know.
That's really cute.
I know, right?
And like, if there's outside influences or stuff from his past, like we all have that.
I know.
You know,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like the most important thing is like that someone can have some awareness of it. Right? It's when they're totally clueless to it and they're all messed up and they've all experienced all this stuff and they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to talk about it. They pretend like they're fine. And, you know, that's more concerning.
Should everybody go to therapy?
I don't know. That's such a good question. Probably. I mean, something. And not necessarily everybody needs therapy, but I do think, you know, as human beings, you know, we all experience loss and trauma to some degree, and we experience heartbreak. You know, that's a part of the human condition is suffering. If you live long enough, you're going to suffer in some way. So how do you manage that? Like some people do it through spirituality, some people do it through therapy, some people do it through both. Some people, you know, I think as long as you have some resource for self-care, doesn't have to be
I don't have a therapist right now. My last therapist, I didn't have a good experience.
Then you just move on to the next therapist. Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of people have that. It's, you got to find the right one.
You got to find the fit.
What happened?
Well, it was a previous relationship I was in. We were already going to couples therapy, and I felt like the therapist was totally taking his side on a lot of things. Like, for example, she said,
for sure.
She said, he's here. Here are his, like, this is him. He's rigid. He's this. You're out here. You're going to have to come in here because he's not going to go out there. I'm like, how's that fair?
Yeah.
She's not saying, like, we both have to make compromises. Only I have to make a compromise.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool.
This is another thing I hope. Okay,
That's not cool.
Can I say this?
Wait.
Hold on.
Oh. Sure, but don't.
I won't say anything.
Okay.
You guys are so cute.
And I called BS on this as soon as she told me. The therapist says, oh, you should be able to turn your phone over to him and he should be able to go through everything. And you should just let him.
Issue
and
there.
You don't have to look at his, but he should be able to look at yours. And I was like,
oh, no, we had to look at each other's.
Oh, you had to look at each other's?
We had to.
Oh.
That was the assignment.
And I'm like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, I would have no problem turning my phone over to you if you wanted to see something or if I was like, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
But to let someone just scroll through your whole phone, I
Yeah.
thought,
And that's what he would do. Scroll.
Feels like a violation.
It
totally.
really did.
And not that
I'm
you have anything
surprised.
to hide.
Yeah.
But
I'm
like,
surprised she said to do that.
And it can sometimes often foster more mistrust,
It
right?
did.
Because people can like read into these little things and then think it's something that it's not, or like then they become dependent on that for like the reassurance instead of really establishing like a secure
good point.
trust.
Like he could see a text that I sent her where I'm like, I love you. Oh, are you having an affair now?
Right.
Because he said he
Right.
loves you and you said you love him.
Right. Or
I
like,
mean,
oh, you put a heart emoji on the da-da-da-da. And
What
you're
does
like,
that
what?
mean?
Yeah, you know?
Remember he was suspicious of me and you?
Shut
I'm not joking.
Yeah, I
That's
said
how.
the only thing I will do to her is her hair.
Isn't that crazy? It's the
Maybe
craziest
put a
thing
Sweetums
ever.
wipe under your arm or boob or something. But, you know, I was like,
You're like, no, come on, guy.
No.
I have to tell you, though, I'm sorry to get off on a tangent just for a second. These things are the greatest thing ever.
Thank you. I
You
really
are
appreciate
Tell us the
welcome.
story about Sweetums Wipes again, real quick, since we're on the subject.
Oh yeah. So tell like about what it is.
Yeah, like how you came up with and what it is.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm a wipe girl, you know, I use wipes for my face, I use wipes. And I realized at one point that, like, you know, they probably, if you're using one before intimacy, they don't taste good, right? Or
No.
and so that's off the table.
Chemically.
So I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. And it also, you know, because I've worked with a lot of people who've experienced trauma, like one of the things is when I don't practice as a therapist right now because I'm doing other stuff, but when I was practicing, I worked a lot in PTSD and trauma, and especially with women. We have a mental health treatment facility where we treat women who've experienced trauma. And one of the things is, like, when women have been traumatized, it affects their ability to be intimate.
Oh, yeah.
You know, hugely, right? And it's so hard to overcome that and to feel confident. And so anything that can, like, help a woman feel confident and to be able to get pleasure, it's different for women and men, the way we get, become
It's
pleasurable.
harder.
It is. Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yes, they call that the pleasure gap. So there's like a term for that.
Oh.
It's like the gap between how easy it is for men to experience pleasure versus women, you know? And every woman's totally different, right? So like guys gotta like figure it out. It's like a whole thing.
And guys seem to be the same.
Yeah.
But I know
guys
they're
are
different too, but-
they're
Well,
pretty
also,
basic.
each area is kind of like a snowflake. Everyone's different.
Right.
The smells and tastes are different.
Right.
And sometimes people are very stimulated by, and if it's not particularly inviting, then it
Yeah,
might be like,
it's
I am not going to visit,
Right.
you know.
And for someone like me, I'm like, I have kids, I'm busy, you know, like to take a shower every single time you want to have, it sometimes kind of ruins the mood, you know? So if there's something you can do fun to spice things
Exactly,
up
because
and
you don't
like
like plan it, because then that's planning it. I
It's-
mean, I know some
yeah.
people need to plan it,
yeah.
but if you are spontaneous, then yeah, it
Yeah.
totally works.
I think planning it can be fun if it like increases the excitement and you're like looking forward to something.
True.
Do you know? But yeah, a lot of times you want to be able to have that spontaneity, right? Like where you're like, oh, hey, let's do this. You know,
These things are great, and they smell awesome, and they
Thank you.
And
taste
they
good.
work great for
They
men,
do.
too.
which one is your favorite?
The
cinnamon?
Oh,
I am gonna. No, I'm not, because I'm not gonna do that on the first date.
just
I'm gonna
just
pick one
listen.
of these on Wednesday.
Just
No, I'm
just
not.
put one in your purse.
I'm not.
Just in case.
No, I'm not gonna put that out there. Oh God, oh God. I hope he's not watching.
Now he's
still.
gonna be like-
I hope he's not watching still. Crap.
Happen. It's gonna.
Crap. No.
Just kidding.
Okay. How many times should a normal, healthy couple have sex a week?
Oh my gosh, there's no number for that. And what happens is that in marriages and in relationships, you typically have one. Sometimes people are in alignment with how often they want to be intimate, but more often than not, one person has more of a sex drive and one person has less. And it's
And it can
really
also depend on the time of the day.
it can totally depend. But I think like in general, some people are like really like one person of the marriage might be wanting to have it like 5 times a week and one person wants to have it like 5 times a year. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
And it can be really far apart, and that can cause a lot of problems in a marriage because that intimacy is huge for a lot of people. It's an important part of a relationship. And so it's about finding a compromise. Also, what they found is that the person who has less of the interest in being intimate needs to be the one to increase, like to begin to do it more. So they kind of need to be able to just say, all right, I'm not really feeling like it, but I'm going to do it anyways. And what they found is that when people do that, they end up afterwards being like, well, I'm glad I did that. You know?
Yes, I've
Right?
been there.
Yeah,
I've been there.
I have too. And so it's like they kind of just have to force themselves to be open to doing it more. So like you have one person with like a high sex drive here and one person with less. It's kind of like this person tends to have to move this way a little bit more. And of course, this person down here, you meet in the middle.
Right,
but
it's give and take.
It is, but there's a compromise there. And there's no one rule to like, oh, this is how often you should be doing it.
And it's like, we have jobs. Like, I mean, I remember being at a party and one half of the couple was like, oh my God, we have sex 7 times a day. And I was like, I'm calling BS because you both have jobs. There's no way. If you're having sex 7 times a day, it's not with your partner. It's you're trolling the neighborhood or whatever. And that's exactly what happened.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you called it. You knew it. Mm-hmm.
I was like, no.
So I got a question for you, Doc.
Okay.
What kind of advice would you give to couples that whose relationship struggle because of social media?
Oh gosh, that's so hard. Like struggle in what way? Like because it creates jealousy,
It
or
might
because
just
they're
a
not paying
rift.
attention?
It just might create a rift in a relationship.
Because there's two different things. Like one is whether it's like creating kind of like jealousy or insecurity, and then there's another one where it's like you're not paying attention to the person because you're constantly like this, right? So like with my husband, we'll be like, we have to like force each other to put it down, like at dinner, and like I literally have to take his phone and put it in my purse, and he's like, okay, just take it, because we're so addicted to it, right? But and if we don't, like it gets irritable, like you get irritated with that other person, like. Pay attention. So that's one issue. But the other one is like the insecurity that happens when someone is like always on social media. I think that taking a break from it or finding like finding out what it is that's upsetting the person who's upset. Like, does it seem reasonable?
Right.
Is their request reasonable? Like, are they saying, I don't want you to follow this person or make these comments or, DM, whatever it may be.
That's usually always like a thing. It's like, why are you following that girl, or why did you like her post, or why did you?
Yeah.
It's usually that's usually always a
exhausting.
thing.
But it is a thing. But if you think about it, it's like, I mean, that's not that hard of a request to follow. I mean, you don't have to. You could easily just not follow those people or not make those comments. Like, is it going to hurt you that much? It'll make the other person really happy.
But be like me and you, like we need to be, and
On
Erik,
social-
we have to be on social media. That's like our job. And
Exactly.
this
True.
was an issue
That's true.
in my last relationship
It's usually a big
because of the
relationship
attention
issue.
thing.
But it
Yeah.
also depends, like, who are you following? Like, is it like an OnlyFans person? Do you know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Are you
right,
like,
of course.
that's different than like a colleague or like things for work or like a friend
right.
versus like, I mean, even on Instagram, some of the people on there, it might as well be OnlyFans because they're
Right.
like, it's like,
Yeah.
Everything is hanging out on display. You're like,
you're like,
oh.
wow. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a compromise,
Right.
and listening to the person and understanding like what it is that's upsetting them and why.
Absolutely. I feel like that's why that's hard for like people like us to find partners that who understand, because you have to be in the media, you have to be social, you have to like people's stuff. It's like a wish wash thing. Like if you have 20,000 followers and I like a bunch of your pictures, then you would probably like a bunch of mine, and then it looks good for me.
Right.
That somebody like you liked all my stuff, or you know what I mean. And so it's like kind of a wash. But I've seen a lot of relationships destroyed just because of who liked what.
Oh yeah.
And it's like that's crazy to me, because it's like
crazy.
I like McDonald's, you like Wendy's, we're gonna break up.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. That's a good point.
It's like you like Tom Cruise, like you like Tom Cruise, like
Right. I mean,
or
if it-
you like you know what I mean, like I
if
like
it's a celebrity, especially, you're like, come on, Yeah.
Really? Like, really?
Like you can't get upset about that.
Is there like one piece of advice you could give to me going into this first date?
I would say just be present.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because I
Like,
will reach for my
'cause you-
phone. I know myself.
Or like not being in your head. Do you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
really being present in the moment of like really like listening and enjoying yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like,
Keep your phone in your purse.
I know.
he's handsome and he's fun and
Yeah.
he came up with cool questions. Like
and
just
he's
enjoy
really,
yourself.
really nice. I got a really good vibe from him.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think sometimes if we're like thinking and analyzing too much, just it takes away from the moment, So like
Right.
present
Okay.
moment awareness.
Yeah.
What about a piece of advice you'd give for a married couple going through some stuff? Like,
You go.
No,
What did
go.
you say? Oh, going through what kind of stuff?
maybe like they're having a rocky time. Like maybe this month they're not really getting along very well. Yeah, but they love each other. And
well, I think that one of the things that gets in the way of couples resolving issues is needing to be right.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
And we sometimes get so concerned about like feeling, self-righteous or feeling, justified in the way that we feel, that we forget to look at it from the other person's perspective. And so I think that's
very good advice. And it's also communicate.
Yeah.
Like it could be something super, super minute that's just been blown up into a mountain of...
What about somebody who you text and text and text, and they see your texts, but don't text you back, even though it's for the show, and it needs to be answered like ASAP?
Okay, wait a minute.
I'm annoyed by this.
I have a full-time job.
I know, but you have enough time to read the text, but you don't have enough time to just say yes or no, or okay, or I'll call you, or... I'll call you at 8. I'll call you at 6.
Like, what's happening? Are you seeing it, and then you get distracted, or you're too busy doing
what happens when you see
sometimes what I'll do is my phone is on my desk, but I'll be with somebody and I'll see something and I'll tap my phone and look, and then
it disappears.
Yeah, I finish.
Yes, that happens to me too, because then it's not like an email where you can be like, oh, save it as unread. Right. And so then,
so when you tap it says read. It automatically goes to red.
Is that what you mean? Like it's not popping up as an unread text message.
Right. No, because I'll look, because sometimes it's work related. So I'm like, oh, I'll get back to that later, because I can't just stop what I'm doing and be like,
Yeah, like it's
so yeah.
Okay. See, now I understand you a little bit better, because now I know where you're
communicated. Jesus.
Oh my God. Damn.
I thought I was going to have to draw you a picture.
Oh my God.
Listen, I also have some advice for your date on Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, what?
I suggest that you keep both feet on the floor.
Okay.
But make sure that you wear something that you can pull off over your head.
No, you don't. You don't mean that. You just said it to be funny. I know you.
I did.
You do not want me to wear something that is easy access.
I'm gonna run to Hustler Hollywood and buy you a chastity belt with like a big padlock on it.
He would.
That's really funny.
I know. Dr. Alisa Brady, thank you so much for being on our show.
You're amazing.
You are amazing.
The inventor of Sweetums wipes. Get yours now. It's on our Amazon store and Amazon in general. You can get Sweetums wipes or sweetumswipes.com.
Yep.
Men use them too.
Yes. Not just for women.
Yes. I'm going to get your opinion about that, about how to market to the men too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll talk to you.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry.
So coming up on Thursday's show,
I'm all
we
business.
have our 5 favorite things episode. So make sure that you tune into that. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, Dr. Alisa, you know the lockout. So I'm going to go first, then you go, then Erik goes, hopefully.
What do you mean?
We're done.
Oh.
To wrap it up.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up now. Love your podcast.
Love your podcast.
I used...
I knew it.
What?
I knew it.
I used the cinnamon buns last night.
You did.
Night before last.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. They're delicious. They taste just like a cinnamon roll.
Annoying. You're annoyed too.
What do you mean you're annoyed? Am I annoying you? We have been in a relationship, a marriage for 16 years.
We have. We're going through a rocky spot because we can't talk anymore because we don't want to talk out our show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can't. We are one couple. We've been in it for the long run, and we can't communicate because of the show.
I know. So we're. Anyway.
I see you guys hashing it out, though.
Yeah, we do. We always do.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't get more followers on Insta or on YouTube, she abuses me.
Oh, stop it! Now go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Say what?
Oh my gosh,
you know better.
Messing with you now.
Oh yeah, always messing with me.
She loves it.
And stop feeding my dog. Damn it! Stop feeding
but he's so
the dog.
cute.
Stop feeding the dog.
He loves these peanut butter cookies.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
I love you. I love you too, Dr. Lee.
Thank you.
She's very smart. She's very good at what she does.
She's hot too.
I know she is. She's beautiful.
Okay.
What?
Bye now.
Okay, bye.
Oh my God, please. I'm begging you. Please, you're embarrassing me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass me on Wednesday night. I've raised you better than that. Bring your Sweetums. What flavor do you
I'm
want?
not going to bring a Sweetum.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
gonna-
Put it in your
No.
purse.
I don't want to be open to that. I need to be good.
You can put it on your neck.
I'm bringing a Sweetums wipe.
Do you know how
Okay.
much time we could have saved
Yeah,
if you
I
would
know.
have just agreed with me?
I know. That's a good point. That's a
Sometimes
great
my
point.
my work wife
That's
doesn't
gonna
listen.
be good. Oh, they can get up in my neck.
That's a good way to
And
start,
just
right?
maybe do a wipe there and there.
Stop it. I'm not going to wipe my thighs. Stop it. Just sign out, please. Please. I'm begging you, please.
Love your podcast.
Oh, my God. Love you, my sweet babies. Bye. Thank you for watching and listening.